Emma Chan stood in the bustling marketplace of Station Kepler 442, her worn sneakers squeaking against the polished alien metal beneath her feet. At 15, she was the youngest human to ever venture this far into the Outer Rim, though not by choice. When her parents' research vessel had been impounded by debt collectors 3 months ago, she'd been stranded on this forsaken station with nothing but determination and a plan. "You cannot be serious, human," the Vexthari merchant hissed, its crystalline body refracting the station's violet lights into kaleidoscopic patterns. Across the corridor, "That vessel is worth 10,000 galactic credits." Emma crossed her arms, channeling every ounce of confidence she'd learned from watching her father negotiate with cargo haulers. "And I'm offering you 5,000, plus this." She held up a small titanium data chip. "Pre-collapse Earth literature. Shakespeare, Austen, Hemingway. The entire collection. You know how rare that is." The alien's membrane rippled. What Emma had learned was the Vexthari equivalent of laughter. "Literature? You insult me with stories?" "Not just stories," Emma insisted, stepping closer despite her racing heart. "Culture. History. The kind of commodity that appreciates in value. In 50 years, this chip will be worth more than any ship." Behind her, Edward Morrison, the 17-year-old son of the station's human ambassador, and the only other human teenager for 3 light years, groaned audibly. "Emma, just stop. You're embarrassing yourself." She shot him a glare. Edward had been shadowing her for the past week, ever since he'd heard about her crazy plan to buy a ship. With his perfectly pressed clothes and diplomatic immunity, he had no idea what it meant to be desperate. 8,000 credits and the chip. The Vexthari countered. "Final offer, 6,000 and a chip." Emma fired back. "And I'll throw in something else, a human tradition." The alien's attention crystals focused sharply on her. "What tradition?" Emma took a breath. This was at the moment that would either save her or ruin everything. "A handshake. It's how humans seal the most important deals. It's considered the highest honor we can offer in business. Skin-to-skin contact. It means we're sharing our trust, our integrity, our very life force." She extended her hand, palm open, fingers slightly trembling despite her best efforts to remain calm. The marketplace fell silent. Every alien within earshot had frozen. Emma felt Edward's hand suddenly grip her shoulder, trying to pull her back, but she shook him off. "Emma, no," Edward whispered urgently. "You can't." 6,000, the chip, and a handshake," Emma repeated firmly, her hand still extended. "Do we have a deal?" The Vexthari's entire body flashed through a spectrum of colors Emma had never seen before. Then, slowly, impossibly, it extended one of its crystalline appendages toward her hand. "You have yourself a deal, human child," it said, its voice carrying a strange new resonance. "Though I wonder if you understand what you've just done." Their hands met cool crystal against warm flesh. Emma shook firmly, twice, just as her father had taught her. When she released, she could have sworn she saw approval in the alien's shifting facets. "The ship is docked at Bay 47, the Vexthari said. "The Meridian's hope. She's all yours." As Emma transferred the credits and handed over the chip, Edward pulled her aside, his face pale. "Do you have any idea what just happened?" "I got us a ship," Emma grinned, her heart soaring. "We can finally get off this station and find my parents." "Emma, you just offered a Vexthari a handshake." Edward ran his fingers through his hair in exasperation. "In their culture, physical contact is only exchanged between mortal enemies before a death duel, or as the ultimate insult, telling someone you consider them so far beneath you that you'd willingly contaminate yourself with their touch." Emma's stomach dropped. "What? You essentially told one of the most powerful merchants on this station that you considered him trash, and then you insisted on it, made it part of the deal. But he accepted." He shook my hand. Edward's expression shifted from horror to something like awe. "Yeah, he did. Emma, the Vexthari respects strength and audacity above all else. You didn't just insult him, you dominated the negotiation so completely that he had no choice but to respect you. By accepting your handshake, he acknowledged you as an equal, maybe even a superior." Emma looked back at the Vexthari merchant, who was now surrounded by other aliens, all gesturing animatedly. The merchant's colors swirled in patterns that seemed almost proud. "So I accidentally pulled off the greatest power move in Vexthari business history?" Edward laughed despite himself. "By complete accident, you just became a legend. There are going to be stories about this for decades." The human child, who made curving bow, Emma straightened her shoulders, a smile spreading across her face. "Well then, let's go see our ship." As they walked toward Bay 47, Edward shook his head in disbelief. You humans are absolutely insane. You know that, right? Maybe, Emma replied, her eyes bright with possibility. But we're going home.